Hello YouTube, it is me, Natasha Randolph, or you may know me as Psychic Medium Natasha, and in today's video I want to talk about 10 different ways you can enhance or boost channeling. Channeling is ideally a full body experience, and there's different ways you can utilize channeling, whether that's for energy healing, for manifesting, for energy work, or perhaps you want to channel a specific spirit. It is up to you how you wish to utilize channeling for your own work and your own spiritual practice. In today's video, we're only going to discuss the 10 different ways you can go about boosting and enhancing channeling for yourself. So if you're interested to learn more, please keep watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, you guys, so you don't miss any of my free content. Let's just move right on into this. Don't forget to comment down below if you do have any specific questions related to channeling, and I have no issue getting back to you on that. If you do have any questions or concerns related to the 10 tips about enhancing or boosting your channeling, then feel free to comment down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So we're just going to move right on into this. Okay. When I'm channeling, I like to use channeling either when I'm connecting with spirit or when I'm doing some form of Reiki or energy healing. Whether this is for myself or for my clients, there are different ways I like to go about boosting or enhancing my channeling. And in today's video, I'm sharing these tips with you guys. May it serve you well. So the first tip I want to talk about, or the first way, is to ground and release prior to attempting to channel. This is important because you want to make sure that you are a clear channel to channel, okay? You want to make sure there is no resistance within you. That means that you have no blockages within your energy, no buildup. This does tend to happen, whether it's life or just the people and energies around us. It's important to ground these energies and to release them, okay? Grounding is the practice of intentionally connecting with Mother Earth so that you can release. It is an energy exchange where you are releasing to Mother Earth and you are absorbing the natural nourishment energies of Mother Earth. I do have an in-depth video on my YouTube channel on how to ground, but I do recommend before attempting to channel that you make sure that you do your grounding and releasing prior. Now, what do I mean by release? Release is to remove influence off of you. So I believe that to be the most effective for channeling, we must do a combination of 3 different types of releasing. I believe you need to have a physical release, an emotional release, and an energetic release for this to be successful. A physical release is just more so of you having, you are physically releasing out of your body. So you're incorporating movement to release. It's where you are engaging with the muscle and tissue of your body, and you're not only releasing muscle tension, but you're releasing stagnant energy within the body. Emotional release is about moving the emotions that may be trapped or stagnant within you, and you're moving them out of you. So this could be crying, screaming, various things, but you're literally allowing yourself to feel the emotion up to the surface, and you're going through it so that you can release it off of you so it's not stuck. The last type of release is energetic release. Energetic release is where you are purifying your personal energy, and there's various ways you can go about cleansing your energy, whether that's from smoke cleansing with incense or using sprays like Florida water or moon water, holy water. Some people like to use the smudge sprays. I like to use sound personally, but there's so many different ways to cleanse. I believe to be an effective clear channel, it is necessary to ground and release physically, emotionally, and energetically, and ground to be a successful clear channel. Okay? Method number 2, how to boost your channeling. Use water as a conduit, okay? Water is powerful. This is a bowl of water I actually used for my client yesterday for a past life and psychic reading. And all I did was I programmed the water with my intention to act as a boost for the channeling. Water is linked with intuition, the divine feminine. It's also linked to memories. So water can be a very powerful conduit for not just channeling, but for remembering possibly past life stuff, as well as water could be a powerful boost, whether that be for you to connect with yourself or it to act as an amplifier for what your intentions are. And how you program that is literally just speaking your intention into the water. So, for example, I prefer fresh water, and I'm using a wooden bowl, and I put one palm underneath and one palm on top, and I say my intention of, I program this water for the intention of boosting and enhancing my channeling. May I become a clear channel for divine truth to flow through me, so as it is. As an example. Use the wording of your own liking, but as an example, water can absolutely be very powerful for channeling and psychic work in general. So I love to use water to boost my intention and to enhance my own channeling within me for my own work or for my own clients. That is the second way you can go about boosting your channeling. The third way of boosting your channeling is by utilizing crystals or gemstones. Whether you use them by themselves or you decide to use them as a cluster, as if like a crystal grid, crystals are amazing for boosting your own energy and for enhancing your own intentions. So I will show you some examples of some crystals that I personally love to use when I'm channeling. I do recommend, if you're using crystals, any type of crystals for channeling, you are focusing on the third eye chakra and the crown chakra to help facilitate your intuition work or channeling, okay? So these crystals I'm about to show you are associated with both the crown chakra and the third eye chakra, okay? Clear quartz. Clear quartz is amazing for channeling. It can honestly be programmed for any intention, and it works as a great generator for crystal grids, and it's a great amplifier in general. So I love to use clear quartz to boost the other crystals that I may be using, but if I want a simple boost for myself, I will also use clear quartz as well. A very common stone, but very useful. Very resourceful, okay? The next crystal I like to use for channeling is selenite. Selenite is associated with the crown chakra. It's very powerful for when you're wanting to connect with the higher realms. I also like using selenite, believe it or not, to cleanse the surface layer of my aura. It's a great way for me to stay high vibrational as well. And it always helps me when I'm trying to connect to the deeper truths I've noticed with my clients. So I love using selenite for that. Another powerful crystal to utilize for channeling is fluorite. Fluorite is actually associated with the throat and the third eye chakra, so it really does help me specifically with channeling. The fact that this is in a tower point as a shape also helps me keep my energy focused as well. So I love utilizing fluorite for channeling in general, but it's very, very powerful for boosting your intuition and your clairvoyance as well. I also love using labradorite for channeling. Not only is this amazing for channeling in general, but this is also a very protective gemstone as well. This is amazing for shielding or protecting your personal energy or aura. But yes, fluorite is very powerful. And the last gem I'll show you is amethyst. Amethyst is a purple quartz, and it's very powerful for channeling and even helping you with lucid dreaming and astral travel. I love amethyst for protection for myself, especially when I sleep, but it's a very powerful amplifier and generator for facilitating intuition and channeling for sure. So those are some of the crystals I showed you as an example, but just so you know, if you do use any crystal for channeling, I do recommend they be for the third eye and crown chakras, but use what resonates with you. That is just what I notice best helps me and my students when I'm recommending for channeling and intuition work. Okay, the fourth way you can boost your intuition and channeling would be to utilize metals. Specifically copper and gold. Now, they do sell copper jewelry these days. This is one of mine. This is a copper bracelet. I simply just place it onto my left arm. I say left because left, when you're wearing any type of jewelry, whether that be, rings or bracelets, when you're wearing them on the left arm, that's helping you receive energy. And when you're wearing on your right arm, it helps you push that energy out into the world that you want to emit from yourself. So I like to use copper on my left arm to help me boost my channeling. And then I like to wear clear quartz on my right arm to enhance the frequencies I'm putting out there. And gold, it's also powerful for channeling as well, especially if you're trying to channel any angel communication or any information from the higher realms. I find that using metals like copper and gold are very powerful for that. But just keep in mind that when you are channeling, usually, at least for me, my body temperature can get hot, it can rise up. So keep in mind that sometimes when you use metals, they might get hot, and things like that. So just keep in mind for your own skin sensitivity. But I've noticed that if you do intentionally use metals, they can absolutely act as a conductor to help facilitate channeling to boost that for you. So whether that is with jewelry or maybe using a copper pyramid, which I do have, I'm just not showing it in this video right now, very, very powerful for channeling. Whether that be jewelry or tools or items made from those metals. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth way you can enhance or boost your own channeling is to use jewelry. Okay, I think jewelry is a very low-key way to boost yourself. You know, a lot of people wouldn't think twice about it unless it's very flamboyant. For example, I love personally using clear quartz points as earrings for my channeling. It boosts my my clairaudience, which is my clear intuitive hearing. I also like to wear necklaces. Right now I'm wearing shells and amethyst. Both are amazing for boosting your own intuition and channeling. The shells connect me with the water, with the element of water, which boosts intuition, as well as it honors my ancestors. Amethyst is my power stone. It's very, very strong for intuition and channeling work and protection. So I love wearing these both. Beyond just earrings and necklaces, you also can use bracelets. Just remember, on the left arm, if you want to receive that type of energy. On the right arm, if you want to project that specific energy out into the world. You can also utilize crowns and barrettes and all that stuff. Anklets, rings. It's so many possibilities to utilize jewelry to boost intuition. But it's all about placement as well as the materials you're using. Is it made out of is it made out of copper, or is it made out of silver, which is also connected with divine feminine and intuition? So you're utilizing jewelry intentionally, but where you're placing it on you, as well as what the materials are made out of to boost your intuition. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth way you can boost your intuition and channeling is anointing oils. Now, personally, I like to use either essential oils or to create my own anointing oils. That's just where I am currently in my practice. I prefer to make my own than to buy them, but maybe you're not there yet, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to give you some examples of some anointing oils from essential oils that you can use for yourself, but use what works best for you. I'm going to show you some essential oils, but like I said, you can either buy or make your own anointing oils that are specific for either intuition or channeling in general. But if you would like to use essential oils and you want some examples of what could be good for channeling and intuition, I'm about to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? First is rose. Rose is very powerful because it's the most high vibrational flower on earth. So if you want to stay high vibrational to channel and stay attuned to the vibration of love, I would say rose is perfect for that. Okay? The next essential oil I'm going to recommend is rosemary. I don't mean for these to be blurry. I'm sorry if they are. Rosemary is very, very powerful for channeling because rosemary in general is very powerful for cleansing, banishment, and protection, purification. So if you want to utilize rosemary to keep your own vibration high, keep yourself protected, keep yourself cleansed, this is a great triple threat, I would say, for the rosemary essential oil. The next essential oil I'm going to recommend is lavender. Lavender specifically is actually connected to the third eye in general. It's very, very potent to smell, so keep in mind you don't want to get a headache, but it also can help you, it can also help relax you so that you can also tune in more into your flow state and receive with your intuition, but a few drops really do go a long way. If you are using essential oils, I recommend either putting it on the third eye or on the wrist or right here, a few drops. You don't want to irritate your skin because they are essences, but you also can put on a thin layer of Vaseline and then the essential oil if you do have sensitive skin. But lavender is very, very powerful for clairvoyance and for psychic work in general. Okay, the next essential oil I'm going to recommend is frankincense. Frankincense is very, very powerful for channeling. It's also great to help keep you grounded and protected for your energy. So I do recommend frankincense. Ancient but powerful. Okay, and the last essential oil I'm going to recommend is sandalwood. Sandalwood is very similar to frankincense in the fact that it keeps you grounded and protected. And it's a very strong base note. So just keep in mind that the frankincense and sandalwood, they do have a denser smell than the other essential oils that I recommended. So you really don't need a lot of this one at all. But rose, lavender, rosemary, sandalwood, and frankincense are powerful essential oils that you can essentially use for channeling or psychic work. But personally, I like to make my own formulas when I'm using anointing oils. If you do like to use anointing oils, you can place it on your tools or on yourself to enhance your own channeling. I also like to make sprays as well, so I just find that to be useful, but do what works for you. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The seventh way you can enhance or boost your own channeling is offerings. Now, this is specific to if you're channeling for spirit work in general. It wouldn't hurt if you are to give general offerings if you are trying to connect with a specific spirit. Like, for example, you can offer water or give candle offerings. So that way you're you're offering nourishment and raw energy for the spirit to replenish themselves, or for them to charge themselves so they can have the energy to do what they want later. It's a good measure when you're wanting to connect, especially if you are wanting specific information, or if you do want assistance from spirits while you're channeling. Offerings are a good way to go about that. It's about intention. It doesn't really have to be, complicated or elaborate, but personally, if I'm given offerings for channeling, it's going to either be food, drink, or candles. Candles are a great way to give raw energy. Food is dependent on the preference of the spirit, and water is usually always accepted, I've noticed, from spirit. So those are the safe bets, I would say. Okay, the 8th way you can go about enhancing your channeling and boosting your intuition is creating sacred space. Sacred space is about setting the space to do your work for either channeling or the psychic work. So that could be cleansing your space prior, purifying it, setting protection, an energetic barrier so that no energies or entities can ruin your channeling or your work that you're trying to do for yourself or others. It's also a way for you to set the ambiance, to make the environment relaxed or witchy or spiritual, so that way you can tune in deep into the work that you're trying to do for channeling or for your intuition. Okay? Number 9. The 9th way you can go about boosting your intuition and channeling is for a prayer or chant for your intention. So an example of a prayer I like to do before I channel is something along the words of this. Spirit guides and ancestors that serves my highest good, allow me to be centered within myself, grounded within Mother Earth, and connected to Source. Allow me to channel clear, divine truth through me. Allow me to connect to the energies and messages that's needed for the highest good of so-and-so. Allow me to be able to pick up on the highest good, not for clout, but for the transformation of who deepest needs this. So as it is. As an example, that's an example of a prayer I may say, or something similar for channeling for a client. But the general thing is, you want to make a statement, a command of, I'm connected, I'm present, I'm here, I'm open to receiving, and my mission for this session is blah, blah, blah. So along the lines of something similar to that, you want to state your intention, where you're drilling your intention out there into the universe, and you're commanding your energy and your spirit guide team to do so. So if you do work with your spirit guides actively and you want them to assist you for channeling, make sure you say that out loud. Don't hold this stuff in. Don't think it in your mind. Say it out loud. That will help bring it out to you. Don't say it in your mind. Say it out loud, okay? And just speak from the heart. It doesn't have to rhyme or be poetic or pretty. I can't do any of that, I just speak from my heart, and it's very effective. But if you want to boost your channeling, say your prayer or chant of intention to command it and make it so. And the last tip I have for you, number 10, for boosting your channeling and intuition would be frequencies. Specifically frequency music. Whether you're listening to it before or during, using frequency music can be very powerful. There are some specific sound frequencies that can boost intuition and channeling in general, but there are also some other frequencies that can help you specifically with so many various things, whether it be for your chakras, whether it be for protection, to lift your mood. There are so many different frequencies you can utilize. Frequency is just energy that you can hear, and you can use those specific pitches and tones and frequencies to utilize for your own energy work, or channeling your intuition work. So I do recommend you exploring that and finding a frequency that makes you feel empowered or relaxed or grounded or safe, so that way you can better channel or connect to your intuition for your flow state. So a quick overview and recap, we can go over 10 different ways that you can utilize you can boost and enhance your own channeling for your intuition work or whatever. Is grounding and releasing prior, using water as a conduit, using gemstones and crystals, using metals like copper and gold, jewelry, using anointing oils, utilizing offerings, creating sacred space, having a prayer of intention, and utilizing frequency music. Those are the 10 different ways you can boost and enhance your own channeling. If you do have any specific questions about channeling in general or about any of the tips that I have mentioned in this video, please comment down below and I will be happy to respond. Blessed be.